Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system and the one closest to the Sun, is just a little bit bigger than the Moon. The Sun would be visible from the surface of Mercury as being up to 7 times brighter and more than 3 times as huge as it is from Earth. Extremely hot and frigid temperatures can be found on Mercury's surface. The planet's proximity to the Sun causes daytime highs to occasionally exceed 800 degrees Fahrenheit 430 degrees Celsius. Temperatures can drop as low as -290 degrees Fahrenheit -180 degrees Celsius at night since there isn't an atmosphere to trap that heat. Mercury, close to the Sun, is the fastest planet which completes one orbit of the Sun in 88 days. This was named after the fastest Roman god, Mercury. This Roman god was responsible for commerce, communication, and travel. Is life possible on Mercury? The atmosphere of Mercury does not support life as we know it. The planet's severe temperatures and solar radiation are too harsh for creatures to adapt to. With a radius of 2,440 kilometers, 1,516 miles, Mercury is somewhat wider than one-third of Earth's width. As near to the Sun as 29 million miles, 47 million kilometers, and as distant as 43 million miles, 70 million kilometers, apart, respectively, are achieved by Mercury's highly erratic, egg-shaped orbit. It orbits the Sun every 88 days, moving through space faster than any other planet at a speed of around 29 miles, 47 kilometers, per second. Surprisingly, Mercury's rotation is super slow. Every 59 days on Earth, Mercury completes one sluggish rotation around its axis. However, unlike most other planets, Mercury does not experience dawn and sunset with each rotation because it moves the quickest in its elliptical orbit around the Sun when it is closest to the Sun. From certain locations on the planet's surface, the morning sun seems to rise momentarily, set, then rise once more. At sunset, the same process occurs for other areas of the surface in reverse. One whole day-night cycle on Mercury corresponds to 176 Earth days, just 2 Mercury years. Only 2 degrees are lost in the plane of Mercury's orbit around the Sun due to its rotational axis. As a result, it does not undergo seasons like many other planets do since it rotates almost completely upright. Mercury has neither a moon nor a ring. After Earth, Mercury is the densest planet. Around 85% of the planet's radius, or 1,289 miles, 2,074 kilometers, is made up of a substantial metallic core. It appears to be partially molten or liquid. Similar to the mantle and crust of Earth, Mercury's outer layer is only around 400 kilometers, 250 miles, thick. As a result of collisions with meteoroids and comets, Mercury's surface bears similarities to the moon of Earth. The planet Mercury has craters, basins, cliffs, and many other features. Early in the solar system's history, asteroids collided with the surface of the planet to form very huge impact basins, such as Caloris, 960 miles or 1,550 kilometers in diameter, and Rachmaninoff, 190 miles or 306 kilometers in diameter. There are vast expanses of level land, but there are also cliffs, some of which are hundreds of miles long and rise up to a mile in height. To the human eye, Mercury's surface appears mostly grayish-brown. The luminous streaks are referred to as crater rays. When an asteroid or comet collides with the surface, they are created. A large hole is dug in the planet and a significant amount of rock is crushed under the point of contact due to the enormous amount of energy generated in such an impact. In order to create the rays, some of this crushed material is hurled far from the crater. The rays appear brighter because fine broken rock fragments reflect light more than huge ones do. The sun beams gradually become darker due to the space environment, including dust impacts and solar wind particles. At the north and south poles of Mercury, deep craters may contain water ice, but only in areas that are always in the shadows. Even while it may be hot in the sunlit areas of the planet, it may be cold enough in those shadows to keep water ice from melting. Mercury does not have an atmosphere. Instead, it has a thin exosphere that is formed of atoms that have been blasted from its surface by the solar wind and colliding meteoroids. The main elements found in Mercury's exosphere include oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium, and potassium. This is Mercury, smallest but fastest.